The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. Place of small towns, cozy families gathered together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields. Welcome in, cellar dwellers. How's everybody doing?
Hi, everybody.
Got another episode live in the flesh.
We are in the flesh. Isn't that nuts?
Absolutely. We got a good one for you today. We've all been looking forward to this.
Dude, we've been hyping this up.
Absolutely. Well, we should probably make sure everyone knows who we've got here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't had you on in a while.
In a minute.
It's true, and I've not been on camera. I'm Luke, also known as Prince Dustpan on YouTube. I'm the, showrunner, producer, editor, whatever you want to say. I'm the guy behind the camera making them look good.
Yes, absolutely. No, and I loved the cut-ins from the last episode.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes, I always enjoy the cut-ins, and I've started watching on YouTube every time just to kind of make sure it's live. But then I do thoroughly enjoy a lot of the cut-ins, so kudos to you, sir.
Thank you for everything you do. We wouldn't be here without you.
Absolutely. Sweet.
So, today's episode is all about
physical media.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as you
Nerds,
can tell,
collectors, yes.
We're big collectors, as you can tell, and we will be sharing some of our collection. But the reason why we kind of bring this up is because there's a phenomenon happening. Maybe you know about it. Starts at Best Buy.
Yes, so they this year are pulling media off the shelves, gone forever, never going to sell again.
Shame.
Which is a shame because I remember being young, going into Best Buy and buying CDs and DVDs and all that sort of stuff. It was one of the many places I used to go. Apparently, Walmart is still staying, with media. So at least through this next year, from what I've read. So at least you've got that, but still, we're going to have to go more local, and half-price books here in Mishawaka is great.
Goodwills, if you got them, but they have plenty of physical media left, not as many. Well, there's still sizable VHS collections.
Goodwill has gotten wise to what they have.
Yeah.
The good
They
stuff
do.
they actually have behind counters.
Yeah, they put in the little lock case in the glass.
Or they'll put an actual price tag on it instead of being like, $5 for $1 VHS tapes.
Right.
They'll actually be individually priced because they have people who look up what things are worth.
I think the one I went to, the one that's by my brother's house, I think they're like 50 cents. They're just like, it's 50 cents for whatever. And you just rummage through it, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But yeah, sad that that's going. It's just kind of a sign of the time. So in my opinion, that's just going to make collections like you have and I have just that much more valuable, that much more memorable. Because for me, a lot of it is just a direct link to my past. When I see these covers, I'm just like, taken back to rummaging through the video stores or going to, record stores and buying out of the clearance bin or just rummaging through in garage sales and stuff like that. So for me, that's something that's very important and why I collect physical media and why I love it so much, definitely.
Those video store memories are vivid for me. I could probably draw you a map of my video store that I went to. I knew that place so well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
No, and that's so important that we share this with you all because, who knows years down the line or even next year if this will even be a thing at all.
Yeah.
Best Buy, I know, was known so much for their special edition
steelbooks. So yes, there's steelbooks. Best Buy had a lot of exclusives for steelbooks. And used to get a lot of pre-orders and requests for them and stuff like that. So yeah, that is a bummer. I have quite a few steelbooks. I wasn't one that just was like, I have to have them. But I know there's a lot of you out there that really dig the steelbook. So that is kind of disappointing to see that kind of going by the wayside and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, we've seen the decline for years. You see, I remember buying It on DVD.
Yeah.
And it was literally, it just came out a year or that year. And the DVD price was $5 for a DVD. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Gone are the days where it's $20 for a brand new spanking, DVD,
Yeah.
And then you got the Blu-rays that came out after that, and was it 4K or
4K,
something like that came out after that?
There have been some different attempts. I remember when it was a fight between Blu-ray and HD DVD.
Yeah.
That did not win.
So that kind of brings us to the next part, or the next segment, which is what do we remember about physical media? What brought us here? Why do we collect what we do? Yes, it's for nostalgia purposes, but why? What is this madness? Why do we do this? Why are we here? Yeah,
absolutely.
I just like it. I don't.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah. No.
I think for me, kind of like what I was saying, it's like the only thing I collect is just horseshit, and I like the obscure, different kind of stuff. But for me, it's kind of my niche. Like growing up, I was into sports, but I didn't really fit in with the jock crowd. Like, I tried skateboarding until I racked my nuts and then I stopped. So I didn't really fit in with that crowd. And as I got older, with hanging out with Blake in this area, he was my niche because there wasn't really many outside of it because, the internet wasn't as, what it is today. And so I didn't know that there was a ton of people, especially in this small community, that had interests like us. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was my niche of a group that I fit in with, a group that I identified with. And for me, that was kind of cool. And it's become that I'm older and I collect shit and I post and it's oh, rad, see someone on Instagram that has this or something else. And I'm just that's fucking badass, that they have some of the stuff I've got. Now that I have that Motel Hell,
that's pretty cool.
Pig, character, I've seen it 5 or 6 times on Instagram, and I'm just that's awesome. So, it's kind of cool to see that. So it's for me, it's kind of my niche. It's kind of my little clique, I guess you could say, my sense of belonging.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, just, I don't know how deep we want to get into it, but just from a practical standpoint, you don't own digital media.
It's very true.
You can buy, Amazon Prime gives you the option to buy digital copies. If they, for whatever reason down the line, give up the license to that thing, or somebody else, or they, you stop purchasing your Prime membership, it's gone. You can't watch that again. This, as long as you got a DVD player and VCR, you can watch this shit anytime you want.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because even if when technology grows, we're still going to have adapters and, things that we can, make old technology work with new. So
right. Exactly. And I know when I first started collecting it kind of was the help of you kind of encouring me because I was should I really... Enabling.
There you
go.
Well,
whatever. But it was I collected stuff. I mostly collected music. So records and cassette tapes, which a majority of our collection of cassette tapes are all my stuff and maybe some of my dad's stuff. Sorry, Dad. But VHS was also something that again from my dad he collected quite a bit of, especially horror VHS. It was on the forbidden top shelf all the time, and I just remember always seeing the pretty colors and the weird images, and I'm I want whatever's up there. And a lot of the times though it was more out of nostalgia that I would start to collect things because I started to come into my own as a teenager, and I was that'd be really neat if I own this because I could take it with me to college later. So I started, when we would go thrifting, I'd find stuff that was more nostalgic for me because I'm well, if I get my own copy, I can have it for later, Yeah. And it was cartoons and, Disney shit and all that other stuff. And then you started showing me different things, and I'm oh, that's right, you can find weird shit in the weirdest places. Yep. That's awesome. I should start doing that too.
And the physical media, you're gonna find stuff that's not streaming anywhere.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
You can have all the services there are. There's still going to be stuff that you won't be able to find on a streaming service.
Yep. And, not to mention if you ever had Wi-Fi problems or internet problems, you can't do anything. So you don't actually ever own it. I agree, definitely with you about ownership is something that's cool. And it's just doesn't matter if there's a thunderstorm. And even if you, obviously if you lose power, you can't do shit. Right. But, if you don't have, internet and stuff like that, you can still pop it in. If you don't have, TV or don't subscribe to an app or whatever, you can just pop it in. And there's something that's really kind of cool with that. There's just something about, cracking it open and just owning it and being I can watch, listen, whatever, anytime I want.
And the funny thing about physical media is you have like eras of physical media and as far as like the hunt of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, like right as like mom and pop video stores and everything like that were going by the wayside, all the weird shit must have been collectively filtering into like Goodwills and other places like that.
Yeah.
Now we find like, as of recently, I don't know about you all in your hunt, I find a lot of like duplicates of shit. And it's all like weird shit. It's always like stuff I'm not looking for this. It's all like Disney stuff and all this other stuff that I might have been looking at before, but now it's like, man, grandma and grandpa is just getting rid of their VHS collection now.
I used to scour Goodwill for vinyl, for records.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 25 cents a piece, so I would just go nuts. You skim through there, you're going to find at least 15 Barry Manilow albums at any given Goodwill, any time.
Or some weird polka like music or something
there's quite a bit
bizarre.
Of that too.
Polka your eyes out.
Yeah.
Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Yep. When reason why I bring up that era of mom and pop video stores getting rid of their shit is because that's when all the nostalgic was there. Mm-hmm. All the weird shit, all the stuff that maybe you couldn't find, maybe you saw in the video store at one time, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that cover. So I want to kind of get into our memories of the video store and why some of that need of collecting physical media may have been imbued in us, and here we are.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know at some point we were talking about, because I don't want to lose track, we were going to share thoughts and memories of some of the people that wrote in on our social media and different stuff like that. Didn't know if you want to start with that.
Yeah. I remember we actually asked you all at some point, what were some of the movie covers that really stood out to you in your recent memory, whether that be at the video store or maybe it was something that you picked up later on. So we're going to kind of go over some of those now.
And it was good interaction by you all, by the way. So we definitely appreciate it. Definitely.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Because we wanted to hear your thoughts. We wanted to know what were your memories. So we're going to share those at this time now. So,
shameless plug too. Don't forget, subscribe, follow us. Just helps us out that much more. So
we have a Ko-fi?
Yes, we have a Ko-fi. Sorry. It's Blood in the Cornfield. Surprise, surprise. Clever name.
But we had one person write in Halloween and the Exorcist! ! Yes, those are striking covers. We have one of them here. Yep. I know you can't see it, but we have one of them here because it's just so striking. It's the colors, just the scariness of the cover itself. And
to me, the Halloween cover is nearly perfect.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on. It definitely pulls your eyes in. It's very clever, very creative. Mm-hmm. You can still look at it and get an idea even a little bit about what the movie is, with the knife and the pumpkin and everything. But to me, that's nearly perfect.
It gets right to the point. Yep. And it's just that black background with that bright color.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the night he came home.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, okay. Yeah. Someone else said, it's got to be Alien. Alien is a really interesting cover. So I will definitely give that to you because it's so simple. It just shows the egg and it's hatching. You don't know what the fuck's in there,
And it's a great damn movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Haunted house movie in space, know?
Yep. I just had a little Bishop and Alien toy that I had to have my girlfriend put together. I forgot I had it, and it's called Queen Takes Bishop. And the queen is
cute.
ramming her tail through Bishop. And it's a little toy, but I'm dumb, and I couldn't figure out how to put it together. And then I handed it to her, and like 30 seconds later, it's put together. So I was like, oh, thanks.
That's awesome. Someone mentioned Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Says the cover still gives me ick.
Yeah.
So yeah. No,
I know that movie, but that's not a cover that I'm too familiar with.
Yeah,
honestly.
It just has him staring in the mirror, and
that's it.
Yeah. No, that's it, and it's so simple because if you've seen the movie and you know what comes after this particular scene,
it paints a picture just with that. I'm just saying personally, that one didn't really pop up much in my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Honestly, same. I didn't know about this particular movie until somebody else told me about it. So yeah. Ginger Dead Man haunted me as a child. LOL.
got some full moon going on. Yeah.
That's me with the Jack Frost killing VHS tape.
Which is actually the other one, Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
It was fucking horrifying, and next to the Xmas Jack Frost at Blockbuster. Yes.
Next to it?
Apparently, for this person, it was next to it.
Oh,
somebody didn't know what they were doing.
No, somebody planned it.
You think someone planned it? Okay.
I at the video store, I knew I was in the horror section, so I wasn't, too freaked out about that. It was just such an iconic.
I kind of like that it's next to the Christmas one.
It's like, Mommy, we're going to see the Michael Keaton one that just came out.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I remember my dad, he's the one that pointed it out to me because I had that cool holographic cover.
I love those lenticular covers.
Yeah,
so
and
cool.
I was just like, oh, that's not the Michael Keaton one, Dad. That's not the one. And he's like, isn't this cool? I'm like, get that away from me. Let's see here. Our next one is Monkey Shines. LOL, that evil fucking wind-up monkey.
Kudos to whoever put that on there, because that was in my pile to give you guys pictures of.
Nice.
Until I think I realized it, or it was the pile I was going to bring. One of the two, whichever was first. So I left it off because it was already on there.
Mikey, actually.
It might have been, It might have been. But yeah, Monkey Shines. I have that.
I will never forget the commercial for that, because the commercial was just before something else on a VHS. It was just that goddamn monkey.
That's it?
It was a trailer on tape.
Oh, freaked me out, and I couldn't watch whatever tape I was going to watch because I had the Monkey Shines commercial before, and I was just like, nope, I don't need that in my life. That's terrifying.
The monkey ruled the man. It climbed inside his head. And now, as fate would have it, one of them is dead.
This one is Strangeland. The stitched mouth always fascinated me and freaked me out.
I don't know that one.
No, that's the D. Snyder one.
Yeah.
The D. Snyder's Captain Howdy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorites too. You all got some good taste.
I haven't finished that movie, but like,
it's so good.
I love that image stuck with this person with the weird stitched mouth.
Great job acting in that movie, and I never looked into what he's done, but I can't recall anything else that he's done. Mm-hmm. But like, did a great job acting in that one for sure.
I have a classic.
Yeah.
Basket Case. VHS cover was creepy but not graphic. Was allowed to rent from Family Video.
I've got a Family Video one in my collection.
That's pretty cool though. Like, your parents must have been like the coolest people. Yeah. They're like, oh, it's not that scary looking? Neat. Let's rent it. Let's see what this is about.
It's just a little dude peeking out of a picnic basket.
It's harmless. Rawhead Rex. Knew about this movie years before I could find it and rent it. Legendary find.
I had not seen that one.
It's an interesting one.
That was a Clive Barker one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had not seen that one.
So I heard about it for the longest time, just like this person. And then when I finally saw it and the monster, I was very disappointed. I was just like, no.
Wasn't it supposed to be like an allegory for like a penis or something? It was like a...
I hope so.
I think so.
I think there was like a whole thing there that Clive Barker was trying to do.
I mean, it's Clive Barker. It's got to be a little queer. Right? And I think that's it from you all, but we appreciate everything that you wrote in. This is wonderful.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. So now we're going to go into our memories of the video store. What stands out to us? What do we remember the most, whether it be covers or just the experience? For the young ones out there. You know?
Yeah. For me, it was the excitement of just going and seeing what's new. Because, like, I would always rent them on the weekends, and you can only rent so many movies, whether parents are like, oh, no. Excuse my yawn, you can't, rent a bunch because you're obviously not going to watch them. And it was always trying to figure out, like, what are we going to watch now? Like, what's going to, be this weekend and stuff like that. And then really just going to see what's new, because I would go so often that I would notice if they had changes or they added new stuff. But just that excitement of not knowing, but then also... Like, you youngsters won't understand this, but there's the excitement of actually having it in stock. Like, being able to rent it. Because if it was out of stock, you couldn't rent it. So you would go there and you literally would not be able to rent it, even though you see the cover and all that.
Yep.
And there was
empty cover on the shelf, but there's no box behind it.
Yeah, or there
plastic box up.
Or they might have the little tab that you pull off of the little hook. Some video stores.
I never had one.
Okay, yeah, I've had those where you pull the little white tab off, and then that means, hey, I need this movie, and add a number on it, and then they go get you the one from behind the counter.
Yeah, they always just had like the empty plastic box behind the cover, and you take the box up and they put the movie inside of it.
Yeah, so that was, big for me, and then just trying to figure out what's cool by reading the back. Mm-hmm. For me, that was the first way that you kind of learned about movies, was just trying to read from the back and be like, all right, is this complete horseshit, or is this like a good terrible movie, or is this just a bad terrible movie?
So I will give some of you kids a little bit of credit, because libraries kind of had this system set up as well. Mm-hmm. Libraries started getting wise to, popular movies, and that they when video stores started to be phased out, they started becoming the new video stores. Yep. Because you could, it was free.
I was going to say, I've had times when I was poor, when I had to go do that. Yep. Definitely been there.
Yeah, it was free. And there would be times where, like, okay, the most popular movie just came out.
Yeah.
They had 3 copies of said movie, depending on which library you went to.
My library didn't really have anything new, but it had stuff that I didn't find at the video store. My library was like the place that I could go if I wanted to get foreign movies.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Or if you couldn't find anything at the video store, you're like, oh, I bet maybe the library has it,
True.
If the hunt was on,
Definitely.
I would always, of course, first thing I'd do is go to the video game section of the video store. That was my goal, because that was going to be my weekend. I'd go on a Friday, rent a game. That was the game I played all weekend, But I would also go through the movies too, just because I'd like to walk the aisles and everything. And I never rented from the section, but I'd always go to the horror section just to look at all the covers. And I remember, of course, the Frosty the Snowman one. Jack Frost. Jack Frost killing. Yeah. And then the Jason Goes to Hell cover always stuck out in my head.
The snake and kind of weird.
The flames in the background,
I didn't know much. I was aware of Jason as a character, but I didn't really know anything about the Friday the 13th series at the time. Mm-hmm. But that cover of Jason Goes to Hell always stuck with me. And then on the wall behind that was like the sci-fi section. And I just remember this one time I was looking at those, and this other kid, maybe about my age, maybe a little bit younger, came up and he was saying, "Oh, that's a good one," He picked up, I was looking at the RoboCop.
That's a cool kid.
He picked up RoboCop 2 and he turned it over and he showed me, in this one he gets to fight this giant robot here, And I'm like, oh, I need that one. Yeah. So I watched RoboCop 2 first.
There you go.
Because this kid recommended it because there was a giant robot that he got to fight.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's something to be said about like the video store experience too. Like sometimes you like interacted with another kid, or even like if you had a really cool clerk, that would be like, "Oh, dude, you really like this one? You should check out this one," and would give you a recommendation or something along those lines. That was always cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely cover art was so big. Like
it was important.
The big draw.
It's all you had to go off of.
Yeah.
So it's.
They say don't judge a book by its cover. Hell, you did quite a bit. Yeah. In order to figure out what you were getting yourself into. So that's actually a good place for us to kind of go into some of our collection. So let's start off with some of the stuff that's like...
You would start up?
Yeah, we'll start off with actually the stuff that's iconic to you.
Iconic
your
to me.
Iconic covers that you need to show off.
Oh, so iconic as in just... Are we talking like personal or just...
Maybe personal, because I have a couple that stuck out to me when I went through the video store aisles, and then
So for me, I'm going to probably start with one of my favorite. So hopefully I'm putting it in the right spot. I don't know. Who knows? So Castle Freak.
Oh my God.
With this one, just with the cover, you don't get much. You just get it looks like someone might have been chained to a wall, and then that's really pretty much it.
That's a really cool cover. I actually haven't seen that one.
Yes, absolutely.
That's neat.
So yeah, this was one of my favorites. I love stuff that's vague. Yeah. Because it just kind of gets you interested, but if it's good enough to get me interested while being vague, I'm totally good on that one. So Yeah, that's one of mine.
Show off one of yours real
Well,
quick.
you know, I didn't really pull anything that's like iconic, or at least that stood out to me. I kind of listed those off just in general, but I pulled out stuff that's like unique to our collection that you're not going to find on a lot of streaming services. That kind of
do
thing.
it.
So like I haven't seen Fade to Black anywhere. On any streaming services that I'm aware of. Maybe Shudder has it at
or
this point.
Tubi.
But Tubi surprises you
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But like Fade to Black is just it's a great movie about movies. It's like the horror movie for the horror movie fan. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or like okay, I put this one aside. First of all, I love MASH. It's a great movie, great show. Freaking love it. I bring this out because of just to demonstrate the changing sensibilities, basically.
No, true.
So MASH is a rated R movie, but when this tape was released, PG.
Yeah.
It's got a PG rating right there.
Yeah.
The DVD has an R because something changed between 1985 and 2000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of those 80 movies are not exactly PC.
So I'm gonna share.
PG anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share maybe about two of them real quick as far as iconic covers, ones that like really stuck out to me when I was growing up. Let's see. I'm gonna share two of them here real quick, and then we'll kind of go into a couple others. So these two were big video store staples for me. I never was allowed to check out, obviously, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
But I love that cover. Look at how weird that shit is.
The eyes
That
always
is-
did
that
it
is
for me.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's the eyes for me. Like, no skull has eyes. What the fuck's this? And he's smiling at me. Why is he smiling about?
Yeah.
And then this one, Gremlins, this particular cover, I remember seeing this for the first time in my video store and like, Dad, what's that? What is this?
Yeah.
What's going on with this picture? What is that thing? And then he would tell me stories about like what the movie was about, you know, and stuff like that. But because I never saw it, he would let me back up. But because I never saw it, I would make up my own stories about it. And I would start to write my own script of sorts for the movie. And it wasn't until much later that my dad bought me my own copy. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I got to see it for what it was. And I was like, that's what those ring guys were. That's cool.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, this one, I remember it was right next to Dinosaurs. Do you remember the Dinosaurs
Like
TV
Not the
show?
Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was next to like one of those. And I was like, is this the same franchise? What's going on? So yeah, those are my two iconic ones that I remember a lot growing up as a kid. And then, of course, like Dead Alive, the whole pulling open the mouth thing was like the coolest thing. I don't know why I don't have that one on VHS yet, but I would love to find a copy of that.
I thought I did, but I don't actually. Yeah, I was looking for that, and I thought I did, but apparently I don't.
I need to find that one because it was everywhere growing up as a kid, and can't find it.
I remember seeing that one on the shelf at Walmart when the DVDs were out.
Right?
Yeah. Sweet. Well,
More.
I'll dig into some more. I'll start us off with some more. So, favorite movies of all time that I have, I will kind of show both of these. So, they're both twos, actually. So,
nice.
It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Hellraiser 2. Absolute most favorite movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Without a doubt, it's not even close. But these were probably my two most favorite movies growing up. I've seen them so many times, love them in and out. That's why I was so stoked about, possibly meeting a bunch of people from Hellraiser and stuff, because that was definitely one of my go-tos. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Hellraiser. I'll show them again. But yeah, those are definitely two of my favorite, and it's always time to play.
Yeah, right. That's awesome.
This is my version.
There you go. Yeah.
Interesting how the covers.
Yeah,
How the covers
vary.
differ. Yep.
This is a collector's edition, it says on
There
the
you
back.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got special features at the end. Interview with Clive Barker.
Sweet.
Director. Yeah. Musical montage.
Okay. All right.
Got a music video at the end of that one. That's fucking cool.
That's pretty badass.
You want to go into another couple of
Sure,
years?
yeah. So I try to find like the weird, obscure stuff. If it's available on VHS, I prefer to do that over DVD. I probably shouldn't because the DVD is a better quality picture, but still, when I find this stuff, I gotta go for it.
Yeah.
This is a bizarre one. This is called It Came From Hollywood. This is like a precursor to Mystery Science Theater. It's a bunch of clips of like old bad B movies with people like Gilda Radner, Dan Aykroyd, Cheech and Chong, and John Candy doing voiceovers and making jokes.
Interesting.
It's
an odd
different.
watch.
It's a novelty that many people are not aware exists. So I'm happy to have this in my collection.
All right.
The Barbarians.
Oh, yes.
God damn it.
I loved it growing up.
Exactly.
Sorry,
I was not aware of the Barbarian Brothers as a child, but I discovered them later on, and then to find out that this movie is directed by the same guy who made Cannibal Holocaust is just mind blowing to me. It's such a strange thing.
It's art. It's gorgeous.
Oh, okay. One more.
Yeah.
This.
Oh my god.
This is the pilot episode of a cartoon that never got picked up, based on Pogs.
Oh,
Like the game.
the little round things.
They turned Pogs into a Saturday morning cartoon
awesome.
show. And it was awesome.
Yeah, honestly.
I am so sad this did not become a series.
It was pretty cool.
I need more of this in my life.
That's awesome.
So for me, I'm gonna kind of go into some weird, just kind of weird shit, more memories, I guess. So these 3 tapes here are a little different. It's like one of these things is not like the other. But I'm gonna go into this bad boy here. I was so stoked when I found this VHS cover for Pet Sematary, because god damn it, the art of it, the weird.
It's a good cover.
Oh my god, it's beautiful, and it has a little gauge on the back. It's so cute. Like this is a great find. I love it so much. This bad boy.
Don't even get me started.
Return of the Living Dead is Julie. We love Julie. Where Julie stands here. Needed this beautiful bitch in our collection because it is just such a great movie for Return of the Living Dead as far as a franchise. Yeah. Second one can go fuck itself, but it would be kind of neat to have in our collection. But it's so iconic. Like, how can you not? Mm-hmm. And I know you got yours too.
I was gonna say, if there's any movie that we're ever gonna double up on, if we double up on that movie and we double up on the T-shirts of that movie too.
And then this one was actually really cool. I know we were talking about, different places that you can find some of these collector's items and, VHSs. This one we found in an antique store, actually.
An actual antique mall.
Yeah. Angel Heart. It's a very odd movie. It has Robert
De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro and Lisa Bonet in it. The chick from the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in this.
This was basically the movie that got her kicked off the show.
Yep. Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. And she also had like a show after the Cosby Show that was like her going to college. This was part of the reason she couldn't finish it because it was part of Cosby Studios. Oh. And she was the older sister and she's supposed to be setting a good example. And they're like, oh, you're going to do this horror movie? Get out of here. She has like a nude scene in it, I think.
Nothing wrong with showing some titties.
Ain't nothing wrong with showing titties.
All right, we'll go back to me. So,
speaking of titties.
All right, so I'm gonna go with kind of a little bit of my weird one. So as I drop it, so I've got Rabid Grannies.
That's why I said titties.
And Chopper Chicks from Zombie Town.
Whoa!
Nice.
Yep. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember a lot of the trauma stuff. When I was younger, I would see it and just be like, "What is that?" Rabid Grannies, I was going to say, it's not trauma, but Chopper Chicks is. Just the names of some of their movies, I just was like drawn in when I was younger and couldn't believe that it was actually a movie, So kudos to Trauma, some of the best shit that's out there. Great movies.
More for you?
Sure. So, this one has a rather sordid history to it.
Yeah.
This is a movie you're not going to find streaming anywhere.
No.
You're not going to find this in print anywhere. This is Clown House. This is an infamous movie because the director was literally raping one of the child stars during the production of it. So, yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it.
Yeah.
But this shit needs to be preserved so people remember.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but I know the cover. I've seen the cover plenty of times, but yeah, I've never watched it to my knowledge.
I love
It's also
clowns,
why I will
but
never watch Jeepers Creepers ever again.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
So, a couple of these here are some interesting ones. I'm going to have you maybe explain one of them a little bit better.
Okay.
But these are underground films. These are like the dirty of the dirty kind of shit.
Sweet.
Like you probably feel like you probably shouldn't be watching them, but that's why we did what we did.
Yep.
We talked about Faces of Death not too long ago. That was probably one of them.
1 year.
So this one's
Anthropophagus.
That is tricky to say. I'm not even going to try it.
It means cannibal.
Yep.
Does it?
Yes. Yep. It's an Italian giallo film. It was fun to watch. It was actually a very fun to watch. It was filmed in Italy, or not Italy, Greece. You've been there, so you know. But yeah, it's an interesting one. And yes, that scene does happen at the end where he's eating his own intestines. It's a fun time.
Sometimes you need a snack.
Yeah. You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah, no, that's right.
This is my absolute favorite. Sorry. It's great, though. John Waters even says, groundbreakingly gruesome, the first erotic film for necrophiles. I'm not, but this is a very wonderful film. It's called Necromantic. It's a great time. I love it so much. It will make you feel absolutely filthy at the end. You may need to take an acid bath.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
wonderful.
early on. I mean, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a moment in this movie where you don't feel like you have like some ick on you.
Yep. And I love every minute of it. It's beautiful, wonderful, highly recommend. And then this one is one that I found like a clip of on Instagram, and I'm like, we absolutely need this in our collection now.
That was literally it. The only thing. We saw a random out of context clip on Instagram, and I was like, nope, we're buying this now. I'm going to find this movie. We're going to buy it.
The Laughing Dead, and it is bizarre. The gore scenes in it are nuts. If you can find it, do yourself a favor. Go have a good time. It's going to be a wonderful time. Go watch it with people.
It's a wild ride.
See if you guys can laugh. It'll be a great time.
All right, so I figure since
oh my God,
since
you
we
have
talk
it.
about it, yes, I did bring Faces of Death. Watching these, this was like the forbidden fruit, kind of, so to speak, when I was growing up. This was like just, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, hey, you should not be watching this. Like, this was the mother of all things you should not be watching. Yeah, that's what holds in my mind, is just like, and watching it too, because, like, not all of it's the most real thing you've ever seen, but to my understanding, there are real deaths in them. And it just is like, oh my gosh, like, it always made me uncomfortable, because it's like, I feel like I shouldn't be watching this, like someone just died. So, crazy movies. I don't even know if they're even
the
around
morgue
in print
scene
anymore.
is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because like, I remember seeing that later, and it was just like, oh, that's what I do at work. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So next one, I have not watched since I was a little bitty kid. I loved it because it opens up on the one side, and I don't remember which side it opens up. So yeah, it opens up. I'll show it. It's called Junior. Cool. I love it because no pictures on the back. Just straight up just tells you what it's about. And of course, they use the catch lines because the movie sucks. So like, sorry, I'll read it. First, you see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it references all the other movies. That's a good sign that the movie sucks. Like nowadays, they'll say produced by so-and-so. It's so old, I can't even pull it out. I'm going to screw up the box if I pull it out. But anyway, yeah, it flips open. I really remember that one from when I was a kid because it just was different. Like, not a clamshell, but like not just straight up normal movie.
That's really
That's not a
cool.
slipcase.
Nope. Yeah. No, I love that one.
It's really cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, so keeping with the theme of stuff you're not going to find streaming, this is a movie that Madonna made
Oh my god.
back in late 80s, early 90s, I want to say.
Awesome.
It's just bizarre. Oh, no, shot in 79, actually.
Oh wow.
It's this bizarre experimental film. It's called A Certain Sacrifice, and there literally is a human sacrifice at the end. So
No.
they do kill someone.
Oh.
Shit. Well, damn.
Not in real life.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, of course not.
But yeah, this is like
maybe.
this is one of those movies that came out. Like she filmed it back then, but it kind of disappeared. Nobody knew about it until she became Madonna, until she became famous, and then whoever had a copy of this or owned the rights to it was like, "Hey, I'm going to capitalize on her success and re-release this movie." And then that also disappeared because nobody really remembers this one either. But it's it's worth tracking down just to see how bizarre it is.
Sweet.
And also, whenever I encounter weird shit like this, I always pick it up.
Yeah.
This is like an old propaganda movie
Oh my
about
God.
Bill and Hillary Clinton. There's two movies on one tape.
Oh, man.
Whenever I
Double
find
the fun.
Whenever I find this stuff, I always got to pay. I have a whole shelf I call my weird shit collection. I've got this. I've got like lectures on why Harry Potter is the devil and stuff like that.
Of course.
And,
It's
Yeah,
a
of
given.
course.
I mean, I thought that's common knowledge.
these things are hilarious.
So a couple of the ones I'm going to pull out here is just some stuff that I didn't know about until much later. My husband and I just kind of we needed in our collection. They were like things that kind of came across our radar much later in life. I'm going to go with this one first. Monster Dog. It has Alice Cooper in it. I caught it on TV once. It was a bizarre film. It has like 3 Alice Cooper music videos in it.
Awesome. Because one's not enough.
Yeah,
One's
because
not enough.
he's playing a gentleman named Vincent. Believe it or not.
And there are quite a few 80s movies with rock
Yeah.
stars in them. So
Right? And like he goes into an abandoned like house and all this, and like murders start happening left and right, and I think it has to do with a werewolf.
It's always the monster dog.
It's always. Always.
Always the monster dog.
And
But it's just so bizarre.
and what's even more bizarre is
Yeah.
it's in English,
Mhm.
but Alice Cooper's voice is dubbed over. It's not him speaking.
Nope.
Oh. Because they didn't get the rights there.
It's
at
him
the
in the
end.
music videos. It's actually him singing in the music videos.
And it's a clamshell.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
I love that
you
sound.
hear that?
Yes, I love that sound.
Hear it. Here. Music to the ears.
Yes.
And then this one, I love this beautiful woman, Linnea Quigley. She had a workout tape.
Oh my! Seriously?
Everybody has one in the 80s.
Oh,
Linnea
that's-
has a horror one.
That's
autographed.
Yep.
oh okay. All right. I've been jealous of some that you guys have, but I'm pretty jealous for that one. I'll admit, I'm pretty jealous for that one.
Yeah, no, this is a bizarre thing. I think we heard about it through Radiodrome. And we just had to have it. She's working out with zombies that are trying to chase her. They all fall in a pool. She ends up like having a sleepover party
That's
towards the
awesome.
end. It's a good time. We do get to see titties in it too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Hey, there you
Of
go.
course, it's Linnea
It opens
Quigley.
with a shower.
Okay, let's got
Yeah,
to.
and she's sudsing herself up. It's all great.
Awesome.
This bad boy, I love with all my heart. It's called Psychomania, also known as Death Riders, I think. It's a British movie, and we just happened to catch it on like some weird channel, and we're like, "What the fuck is this? This is wonderful." Yeah.
Yeah, where do you even begin?
What do you
It's
talk
This
about?
motorcycle gang makes a deal with the devil where if they kill themselves with purpose, they will come back to life and be immortal. And so they do, and they just start wreaking havoc because they can get away with it.
Yep.
And then their mother, like the leader's mother, who is in league with the devil,
Yeah.
sees what they're doing and is like, nah, I don't like this. Hey, devil, pull the deal. They voided it. They're done. And that's pretty much the whole movie.
Okay.
It's just so bizarre and just wonderful. And the VHS tape, this is another example of like where collecting really comes in handy, because when I was tracking this one down, I found at a minimum of 6 distinctly different covers for the same movie.
Yep.
And it's like, which one do you go with? You know?
Yeah. I know the best part, like, it even shows, like, their suicides down here below, but, like, the best one was the one where, like, what do you do? He just, like, jumped off a bridge.
Oh yeah, like he waves to the cop down there. He's just like, hi, watch this.
And then jumps off
the bridge. Or the other guy, like, literally chains himself. Like, he has, like, a brick and he goes to go drown himself. He just goes, eat.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing? It's a good time.
Sweet. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get into my clamshell that I brought.
Yes.
And I brought this for a reason. So, Night of the Demon, not to be confused with Night of the Demons.
With Angela.
Yes, with Angela. But my clamshell again, but to me, it's my family video one.
Oh,
I forgot.
nice.
Yeah, so family video I used to go to in here. Love the clamshells. Again, just kind of a cool, vague looking, cover. I always wondered why is that an Oscar?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is he chilling there?
I've never tried to figure out if there's an Oscar winner, but I'm going to assume. Who knows? But I just always thought it was cool that there was an Oscar there.
On the spine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
so
they're really amping that up.
hey, there we go. So yeah. And then Night of the Demons. This one is the second one, but these covers always stuck out to me because of Angela always being on the cover, and I always thought the makeup for her was just really on point, outstanding. Another icon, but not like of the most well-known icons,
True.
but still like iconic in the horror community. Night of the Demons too. Definitely love it.
That's a good one. Also, what is she eating? I always wondered what that was. Is it an eyeball? Is it a skeleton pop?
That one's like a skeleton, I would assume, little pop. It's very tiny, so I don't think there's any...
I never knew what it was that she was eating on the
Shrunken
cover.
head.
I don't think... Yeah, I was going to say, it's not a preemie head. It's very tiny, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So aside from VHS, I also like to collect other forms of media. Ones that the average person has never heard of or forgotten about. Laserdisc.
Yes.
So I have some odd laserdiscs here, like this Fangoria released Scream Greats Tom Savini documentary.
So cool.
God, it's so good.
That's really good. And then they tried to make it a series, the Scream Great series, but they only did 2. The other one is about Satanism and witchcraft.
Oh my God.
And this one features
It's so funny.
Features documentary cameras following around the actual people that the Insidious movies are based on.
Yes.
Ed and Lorraine?
Yeah.
And Lorraine, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some actual footage of Ed and Lorraine doing their stuff in that.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, and the Satanist dude in that, he's just such a little bitch. The witch, the lady that's in there that's the witch, she's like so sweet and she's just like explaining her craft. And then the Satanist is just like, oh, those witches. And I'm just like, God damn, you're so catty.
And I also have a Laserdisc that has sentimental meaning for us.
Oh.
This movie right here. I've featured this one in another YouTube video, actually. I made a whole point of it. What? Doesn't everybody have one of these?
Oh, tell him the story.
Oh,
babe.
well, okay. So I had never heard of this movie before. And we were like just dating, or even not even officially dating yet, according to you.
You know what?
Long story. Anyway, she informs me of this movie, and so I immediately get on eBay and find a Laserdisc copy of it because I wanted to impress her the next time she came over and show her that I had a copy of this movie, and not just any copy of this movie, but a freaking Laserdisc.
The Laserdisc, yes.
Needless to say, I was very impressed, but I didn't get the hint.
And then one more Laserdisc to show off. Just, this is insane. The Russ Meyer Vixen Collection.
All right.
All three, Vixen, Super Vixens, and Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens. Written by Roger Ebert.
Okay. Wow, the critic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. These
That's
are
awesome.
ridiculous movies. Russ Meyer is a crazy, crazy person, and this collection is just freaking beautiful.
Awesome.
That's badass. Last couple ones that I have here. Oh lordy. Are Prehysteria, which I found actually at a thrift store. It was just random. It was amongst a whole bunch of like VeggieTales tapes, and I'm just like, yes, please. I remember this. It's a Charles Band movie, but it's under Moonbeam, which was his child.
Yeah, family-friendly
yeah.
version of Full Moon.
Yeah. And I remember this video being like advertised on Paramount for like kids or whatever. It was like Paramount Videos for kids. And I was like, what the fuck is this movie? So I was so happy that I finally found it and we have it in our collection. This bad boy is a new VHS tape, as a matter of fact. This is Kill Her Goats.
Just came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It came out in 2022. It's fun. Kudos to whoever wrote this and starred in it. A lot of Playboy Bunny. I think it was a Playboy Bunny actors or Playboy Bunny.
Possibly Penthouse. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can remember. And then it also had Kane Hodder's in this as well.
Yeah.
He's the killer.
One of them.
One of them. No spoilers. You guys just need to see this. You need to support this person.
But yeah, and you can. It's probably streaming somewhere, and it's definitely available on DVD. But when they gave me the option for VHS and big box,
Yeah.
no less,
I saw
a
that. I
frickin'
was
big
like,
box.
that's cool.
Not only that, it's a big box
Oh my god.
housing a clamshell.
That's pretty awesome.
Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
And it has the full movie on it.
It's got the whole movie on, unlike House Shark, which is
Yeah.
another one. It's somewhere up there.
Yeah.
That was a Kickstarter one that I did that also offered a VHS tape. Well, whoever made the tapes wasn't watching. They just the tape ran out, literally hit the end, and the movie wasn't over yet.
Oh, awesome.
So I've never seen the ending, but probably don't need to.
Yeah.
So you got a couple of
All
them.
right. I got a couple more. Ugh. So these are definitely two of my favorites. So I've got Critters, which always struck me, as a awesome cover. Like, what are these little things?
Mm-hmm.
Such great movie. So corny, but so awesome. Absolutely love Critters. One of my absolute favorite.
Critters is a movie that scared the hell out of me as a kid.
Yeah.
For one particular reason. There's a scene at where there's like a shot looking down the basement stairs at this wall of shelves at the foot of the stairs, and there's like a gap with a shadow between the jars, and that's where a critter's hiding. Well, that scared the hell out of me because my house growing up, we had that exact basement with that same shelf at the bottom of the stairs, and there was always like a missing jar. It was the scariest friggin' thing.
Awesome.
The rest of the movie, it's whatever. It's hilarious now, but that scene,
Yeah.
oh my god, that lived rent free in my head for
Absolutely.
time.
Next one I've got is People Under the Stairs.
Oh, so good.
Loved this cover growing up. Just kind of drew me in, like what's going on with the neighborhood, but there's a skull. Some early Wes Craven stuff. Well, not too early, I guess you'd say. But the great movie. Love quoting it. Has some great characters. Great story. Just can't say, enough about People Under Stairs is an awesome movie. Nice. Absolutely love it.
Want some really early Wes Craven stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, some of Wes Craven's earliest work, he actually directed a porno. It's called The Fireworks Woman.
Which we have.
A bootleg, but still.
Hey.
Yeah.
It counts. Are you all out? Do you still have more?
I don't have any more.
Okay, cool.
I got a couple of odd ones. So this is one, I'd never heard of this one until listening to a Radiodrome podcast, but Hardware, wonderful movie, great sci-fi. It's got Iggy Pop in it.
Huh.
He does like the voiceover. He's like the Angry Bob DJ. But it's like a good sort of like a Terminator kind of thing with this machine gone mad and this post-apocalyptic kind of world. It's just fantastic movie. If you get a chance, definitely check it out. This one, I love Herzog and I love Kinski. This was a movie that Kinski tried to get Herzog to make on multiple occasions, and he refused. So Kinski just made it himself with his own family. This is Paganini, the mad violinist.
My God.
This one you can't find. You can't find it. This is actually out of print or never unavailable anywhere. This is technically a bootleg that I bought from just for the hell of it, because you can't find it anywhere because it's just so obscure.
Yeah.
And finally, this is one of the first things that I bought as a kid with my own money when I had the ability to, because I loved The Crow, and I discovered that there was a TV series.
I didn't even know there was
based on The Crow. I have watched this entire thing, every episode. It is fantastic. It is stupid. It is corny. It is 90s, but it is
I was going to say, what's up with the
Canadian?
roadie from Skid Row on the cover?
That's Marc Dacascos. He's the host of Iron Chef.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just, oh my God. And so it's Canadian, and it shows.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Well, I just have two more.
Where have you been, Eric Draven?
Yes. Some personal favorites. Got to do the Phantasm. Absolutely love the cover, with the ball and all the blood coming out and stuff. Great movie. Love the collection. Tall Man is a great character. Awesome movies. And then this one was going to be my last one. This one was from Blake, so this is one of 50,000.
That's awesome.
So this was one of his favorites. It looks, I don't think it's ever even been...
the gold case.
I don't think it's ever even been played.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, so pretty outstanding. That was one of his favorite movies, but yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites for sure. Limited edition director's cut. I don't know if I showed it, sorry.
That's really cool. Well, that's a little bit into our collection that we have. So what do you think this means for physical media with it? Just kind of, obviously it's dissipating, but where are we going to see physical media in the next 10 years?
I don't know. I definitely don't think that it can all the way go extinct. I think there's too much of us. There still is demand. I know people are upset with retailers' decisions to pull them. I just don't know what direction it's going to go. But I can't see it just all going away. If it does, then game on. It's going to be rough out there for all of us. It already is. It's going to be even tougher.
For collectors especially.
No, I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it doesn't completely just go away for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever see a resurgence similar to records recently, and also I've even seen cassette tapes making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think just the existence of
that
this
show you a little bit. Yeah,
there are people out there that are still doing this kind of thing.
Yeah,
there are other freaks like us.
So that just means you have to spend your money on those people that do those things. Yeah. So even maybe if you don't like that movie, you maybe should buy it to drive up sales, to generate more, noise around it, and to hopefully keep things like that going. I know that it's something I always look for if there's new movies that I like and there's a VHS option, because they do still do that for some movies. I know that I always kind of will totally get that, and I'll buy anything that's collectible.
There's also some people out there that will rip it onto a VHS and will do their own covers, and that's kind of neat. That supports artists, people like that like to do things like that. So that's neat. So thank you all so much for tuning in.
Thank you all.
If you want us to do another part like this or another video where we maybe have more guests on, maybe. Guys, come show us your collections.
Yes.
Come bring your shit. Let's go. Let's look at them. Let's just do a big old show and tell. It's so fun. Who doesn't like doing that? Who misses
Absolutely.
that,
right? Interaction is so important because, we're choosing to keep at least the true crime portion, Midwest on purpose to kind of keep it more of a community. This, started out for us as just trying to find other people that are interested in the same stuff. So, don't be shy to interact. Don't be shy to do your input, because I'd like to have events where we do meetups with like screenings of movies and different things like that. And if you aren't, commenting and liking and doing all that sort of stuff, then, that's not going to be a thing because we aren't going to have enough people to do it. So I would urge all of you to, subscribe, follow us, but then comment, let us know your opinions. We take suggestions on anything really for the most part.
So I'll just have a quick plug just for someplace local. We have a local record store here called Ignition Music Garage that has recently been doing VHS or selling VHS.
Yes, so I probably bought about 8 of them. I probably bought about 8 of them.
Same.
Yep. So we've cleaned them out from all the horror, pretty much, probably.
Yeah, there's still some left, our duplicates that we don't need or just odd shit, but go support them. Go see if there's anything that you can find that maybe you want to add to your collection. I'm sure they probably, refresh it once in a while. The other thing is, too, go look at your local antique store. That's where we found our some parts of our interesting collection. So if you're interested in getting started there, go check out some different places. You never know what you'll find.
Absolutely. Think there's only one thing left to say?
That's right. Just one last
thing to say. Well, look out for each other and good night, cellar dwellers.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.